There are certain truths in life that only reveal themselves when it's too late. Some lessons come wrapped in regret, arriving when the damage is already done. And one of the greatest truths a woman learns, often painfully, is this: she doesn't realize the weight of losing a good man until he is gone for good. But that realization isn't a sudden explosion. It doesn't come like thunder. It comes slowly, wave after wave, eating at her until it becomes unbearable. At first, it's a quiet whisper in the back of her mind. Then it grows into a dull ache, the kind that sits heavy in the chest. Eventually, it becomes a silence so loud it drowns her, because the man who once filled her life with love, patience, and presence is no longer there. No more good morning messages. No more "Did you get home safe?" No more little reminders that she mattered. She looks at her phone, and the name that once lit up her screen is gone. That patient man. That loyal man. The man who stayed when things were hard, who loved her even when she made it difficult. The man who kept trying when anyone else would have walked away. He's no longer there. And that's when it finally hits her: she didn't just lose a man. She lost the kind of man you don't meet twice in a lifetime. But while she's drowning in realization, his life is moving forward. He isn't begging anymore. He isn't chasing anymore. He isn't proving his worth anymore. He's healing. He's growing. He's smiling again. And when she sees it, or even imagines it, her heart sinks. Because it's not just jealousy. It's fear. The cold fear of knowing he can be happy without her. The thought of him smiling at another woman the way he once smiled at her cuts deeper than anything else. And yet, she always thought he would wait. That no matter what she did, he'd always be there. So she watches silently, from a distance. Afraid of seeing what she dreads most: him giving another woman the love he once gave her. Because when a good man moves on, it's not out of revenge. It's out of self-respect. And that's what hurts the most. Then begins the battle within her. She wants to reach out. She types, deletes, rewrites, hesitates. A simple "hi" becomes a war between her pride and her regret. She scrolls through old conversations, rereads his words, aches to reply, but stops herself. And in that silence, she realizes, it's not just that she misses him. She regrets losing him. But the deeper pain? The fear that he may not want to hear from her anymore. Time passes. And anger shows up, not at him, but at herself. Anger for the careless words she spoke. Anger for the fights she started. Anger for the indifference she showed when all he wanted was her attention. She remembers every time he tried to talk, tried to fix things, tried to love her, and she shut him out. Now those memories play like a cruel movie, forcing her to face the truth. He wasn't the problem. She was. And that burns. She may smile in pictures, laugh at parties, look fine on the outside, but inside she knows she let go of something rare. A man who gave her what most women only pray for: unconditional love. And then the harshest truth arrives. She didn't lose him because of lack of love. She lost him because of lack of maturity. She remembers the games, the drama, the tests she played just to feel in control. She mistook his patience for weakness. She mistook his love for a guarantee. She believed he would never leave. But he did. And now, when maturity finally comes to her, it's too late. Because time doesn't rewind. She now understands the value of peace, partnership, honesty. But by the time she's ready to give him what he always deserved, he has already learned to live without her. And that's the most devastating truth: the right moment doesn't wait. The hardest part isn't just losing him. It's realizing what he represented. He wasn't perfect, but he was loyal. He was protective. He was patient. He was the kind of man who gave her security and love without conditions. And when she compares him to others, she sees it clearly: no one else measures up. No one else looks at her the way he did. That's when the pain multiplies. Because she didn't just lose a man. She lost an experience she may never have again. The experience of being loved deeply, fully, unconditionally. And so comes the desperate wish to fix things, to send a long message, to meet, to talk, to prove she's changed. But time is unforgiving. By the time she's ready to love him the way he deserved, he's already moved on. He's already free. And the heaviest truth finally settles in. He never needed to change. He was always enough. She was the one who failed to see it. Now, every memory feels priceless. Every small gesture he once gave feels like treasure. And she is haunted by the thought that she had everything, and didn't know how to value it. When a woman loses a good man, she doesn't just lose a person. She loses a once-in-a-lifetime kind of love. He moves on lighter, stronger, happier. She's left with regret. And here's the final truth: when a good man gets tired, he doesn't fight, he doesn't seek revenge, he simply lets go. For him, it's growth. For her, it's a lesson. But for the rest of her life, it's regret. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment below, becoming my best version. Because once you recognize your worth, you never settle for less again.